just said, fuck Balenciaga. Peace, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. Greetings. Yes, indeed. We live. We tapped in on a good Wednesday, right? We are in the building. Salute to everybody. Peace, peace to the family. Greetings. Yeah, fuck them. We can't even say let's have a Balenciaga burning because a lot of us don't own a closet full of Balenciaga. That's the homies over there. They gotta go ahead and get rid of their stuff. Said ready to eat. I hear that shit. Y'all got the impossible chitlins on the stove, simmering, huh? Seasoned with the turmeric, getting ready for tomorrow and whatnot. Well, today we're going to talk about a few things. I got to make a few announcements and a few updates. There were, there's some things going on this Friday, what we call Black Friday, what we renamed Facts Friday. And there's some postponements of some events that we got coming up. And there's also some new events that have taken its place that I want to share with the family. So we're going to let the family just roll into the building and we'll get into that. All right. Peace, Red. Need that Scorpion King 2 album. Yes. Album mode on the way very soon. Album mode on the way very soon. Indeed. What we already got in the chamber, though, is real dangerous. So I think we might put a new song out right around the time of, shit. To be honest with you, it would be tonight with this moon. You know what I'm talking about? It would be advantageous. But definitely before the, sooner than later. I'll just say that. But yeah, album mode, it's I gotta be in album mode. And I'm not there right now. Right. It's yam season. It's definitely yam season. The yams is out, huh? The yams is definitely out. Listen to the oldies. Drop a freestyle. Oh, no, we don't. Nah, bro, we don't do those things. Y'all better stay at a Walmart. It's about to be challenging. Man, pray for the people that's stuck in Walmart from these hours leading up into 24 hours from now. Please say a prayer for our brothers and sisters for what they're going to have to endure in Walmarts across the diaspora, my nigga. Around everywhere where there's a Walmart. And black people would live within the distance of that. Because that shit going to be banana. It's going to be what they call that, Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer, World Star presents Jerry Springer. It's gonna be stupid. You know? Somebody said that the Yahudis are getting exposed, right? You know we gotta speak in Swahili on these networks, correct? Okay. So he said the Yahudis is getting exposed and the Kyrie shit backfired on them, right? Let's not only put it on Kyrie, let's be fair. Let's be very fair and give credit where credit is due. You know what I mean? This wasn't initiated and started by the boy Kyrie. It was started by Ye, right? This little tidal wave that we'll see taking place right now. And it was Kyrie who they hit a wall know, they went up against something that they didn't know was so strong. And the wall that they hit, think about this. Really think about this. The wall that they hit, when you really see the demonstration, right? I don't have the video. Do I have the video? Let me see. The wall that they hit, right, was the fact that the people that they, these people right here.
On and on and on and on and on forever. They basically surrounded the Barclays Center. There wasn't some hundreds, there were thousands out there. And you know what? I'm proud of them. Because this is what happens when the media fails to do its job. When the media strings up Kyrie Irving at the behest of the puppet masters, the people should rally up and support him. Because the media is failing to do its job. They don't have one shred of evidence of Kyrie Irving saying anything and
I don't want to give the narrative, even though Jason Whitlock is speaking some real ish, right? But what I don't want to do is, I don't want nobody to be confused, like I'm co-signing and I'm falling for some of the psyops that are coming from a Jason Whitlock. Oh, no sound? Okay, well that's good. Can you hear me, or is the video muted? Okay. All right, we good? Awesome. Awesome, slawsome. All right. So where was I? Right. They saying mic check. Okay. Media. The Jews, somebody said the Jews. Oh yeah, I'm not co-signing the PSYOP. Correct. I'm merely showing you the footage of the Hebrew Israelites marching. I'm merely showing that video just because he's using that video to garner, attention. But kudos to him for reporting on that content, because that content wasn't being reported on by a lot of other people. And if they were reporting on it, they weren't giving it the kind of narrative that it needed. And he gave it the right type of narrative. So there's no judgment. Everybody has a role to play and everybody is on this stage. So boom, that video clip right there is powerful, right? It's showing one of the camps, right, of many different camps. And these many different camps are not camps of black men who are necessarily considered to be, weak men, right? Or in the image of black men that look broken or, don't exemplify what manhood looks like, unification, militancy. There's many different narratives at play right there, And it seems like the media is crashing up against not just that wall, but they're crashing up against other unseen walls. We need to look at it from the perspective of how they're seeing it, not necessarily from how we see it, because we tend to be very biased. Oh, I don't like the Hebrew Israelites. I don't like how they talk to women. I don't want them to get in power. I don't think that this, I don't think that they're that. We put a lot of, and understandably so. But look at it from how the outside people are looking at it. There's, there's, remember, something that's our birthright, right, is their quote unquote fright night. Something that's our birthright is their fright night. It's our birthright to be able to march. It's our birthright to be able to gather. It's our birthright to be able to, proclaim who we are and to, link up and to, demonstrate in the thousands upon thousands upon thousands and exemplify power, right? And don't have to feel no way about it. Don't, you know what I'm saying? That's our birthright. But when we do that, that's their fright night. To see us unified and to see us in unification. Remember, they were all wearing the same color. There wasn't standouts wearing neon. There wasn't people trying to be individuals. They were moving like an army of one, right? That is something that we as a people who always ask and who always want to, pontificate and speculate and whatnot about what unity, why it's so important and why we need this. And, we could do it on our own. We got this. Don't worry about it. It's just me and the ancestors. These type of people not realizing that just one demonstration of what that looks like, right, is something that we don't even realize is one of our powers, our hidden powers, our untapped powers, is our unification powers. And I'm not talking about unifying to hold hands, unifying to fake kick it and whatnot. I'm talking about unifying with a purpose, right? To show force, okay? And to exemplify power and to make some motherfuckers listen to you. You understand? And to pay attention to you. You better show up to do that the same way that you would show up for a job fair, career day. You know what I mean? That position at Chipotle. You know what I'm talking about? Going to parole and probation. The same way you niggas will show up for a ball game to go ahead and get these people, these billionaires, all of your ticket money and whatnot, to go ahead and see the teams and the players that they own, and they give nothing back to the neighborhoods that you or the players come from. And as a matter of fact, they unleash slumlords on y'all. And then they price you out. You feel me? No, we shouldn't even do shit like that, man. Like everything that you're seeing is happening for a reason. It all goes back to they need you separated and divided, focusing more on your differences rather than focusing more on your motherfucking likes, and focusing more on what it is. What purpose do y'all have in common? The purpose that we have in common is that we got a common enemy and we have a common foe and we're having a common issue and a common problem. So we need to practice commonality so we could be a community. You understand? And step left foot forward. I'm going to play the fucking role. I don't like this nigga to my left. I can't stand this nigga to my right. And I'm not feeling this nigga behind me. But guess what? I'm showing up for this shit like I'm showing up for a job to be a shoe shiner or to work for somebody's Google or to be in the industry or to sit on Harvey Weinstein's casting couch. You dig what I'm saying? I'm going to play the role. We're marching like a fucking Chinese, Red Ant army, right? Like, I'll dress up like this is Wakanda Day. Nigga, bring your spear, but we need to at least, because we're the masters of the illusion, we put on all kind of fucking shows. There's always a parade going on with black people. You know what I mean? We're always in ceremony. So why don't we step out 1 million deep, right? We don't need no goddamn actors or no athletes. You know what I'm talking about? As you can see, this shit, it's been giving, it's giving movement for all of these years without the help of a fucking cosign from one of these glorified tap dancers. No disrespect, respectfully, but you know what I'm talking about. They'll tell these people, don't unify the people, right? Don't unify your people. The only time they want the people to come together is at a concert when guess what? You know who gets paid off of that. That's the only time you're allowed to come together, 500 to 100,000 to 1 million deep, is when they're at the fucking pay gates and they're charging you an exorbitant price, and they're giving the talent 2% of the ticket sales. You know what I mean? You know, Rolling Loud and shit like that. But other than that, it's a motherfucking like Dave Chappelle said, if it's 100,000 of us or 1 million of us together, it's a motherfucking game. Right? But I'm challenging every single brother and sister, every single, you know, whatever you want to call yourself, however you you perceive yourself. If there's 1 million of people who are gangbanging, or 1 million people who decide that they just, they want to walk that walk and talk that talk, then on the opposite side, there should be millions more that want to do something different. God damn it. There's enough success stories out here for people to know that there's formulas to follow to get up out of this self-imposed prison that we put ourselves in. Like, we put ourselves on house arrest. You know? So we help each other break out of them prisons, you know what I mean? And level up. But we gotta show force. Man, I don't give a fuck. We deserve to show up somewhere millions deep to have a conversation. It's that time. And with nobody is allowed. You know what I'm talking about? That's not part of, where Riri at from Black Panther 2. She need to come up with a device that could scan everybody's genome. You know what I'm talking about? You got to pass the percentile. There should be some type of scientific method that begins to identify who we are beyond this surface of our skin color, or where we think we from, or who we think we are, or what we said we was, and all of that. You know what I mean? It's time to see shit like, it's time to go a little bit deeper than that. Nigga, like, what's the song that your genome sings when it's sequenced? Type shit. Like, what do you sound like? What's your vibrations? What's your energy output? What's your human design? The conversation is evolving. It has to evolve, and it will evolve. Even the shit that you seeing going on with the athletes like the Kyries, and, the fact that conversations are being initiated, right? That's a good way to say it. There's so many conversations that have the possibility to be birthed, that have come about as a result of the Kyrie, the Kanye, right? And the I would say my good brother Takeoff. He's the other K. I don't think people understand how big of a star that was. Like, son was remember they were talking about the Migos was gonna be better than the Beatles, and they wasn't getting a lot of pushback for that at that point. Kaepernick is a K, but there's Kendrick, exactly. Kendrick, my bad. That's what Sister Myra said on Brother Rich's show. Yeah, Kendrick is also, he was the one who's giving a lot of Hebrew Israelite, Like by him endorsing it, right? By him endorsing it, right? It's a real, yeah, Kobe is a K too, right? By an artist like Kendrick, an artist like J. Cole, an artist like Kanye, an artist like Kyrie, an artist like Kodak, right? They're all endorsing, right? Once again, remove yourself from the conversation. Think about middle America, the children, wherever, people who never heard of it. You know who these people are. They don't know nothing about that. They're not familiar with Hebrew Israelites. They never heard nothing about black Jews. This shit is like Chinese arithmetic to them. They don't know what it looks like. They're not from certain cities where these people are at. And then it goes deeper than them. It goes it starts with the people that you see out there in the streets, but it's so many avenues that you can take when you get into this whole thing. You tap into the Kabbalah, you tap into Sephardic Jews, you tap into the Jews of the Iberian Peninsula, the Jews who brought the Moors over into the Iberian Peninsula in 711, which subsequently, you know what I mean, allowed them to take over. But these ain't the Jews that you know today. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be learned. So the opportunity for us to learn as a collective has now has presented itself, and kudos for everybody that's taking advantage, because you're learning and you're earning, right? You're learning so you can earn your leisure. You're learning and you're earning as you learn more about, the people who are easily fit the description of what many different doctrines, many different schools of thought and knowledge spoke of, many different prophecies spoke of. You know what I'm talking about? What many people warned of. These people, these groups of people, it's in all literature, all war. It's everywhere that you go, you hear about this. Yeah, I know it's a difference between Ish and the other one. I'm talking about Ish. Like a Jew. What does it feel like being awake, seeing all these people waking up now? It feels regular, degular. It feels like watching one person wake up is the same as watching a million wake up at once. It's the same feeling. I'm assuming it's a whole lot waking up, but I'm in it, so it's hard for me to see it. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. I'm in this shit, so I'm still in the movie. You know what I'm talking about? Like I'm still on set. Every time I wake up and go outside, I wake people up. So I've been doing this, I'm talking ever since before I became the Red Pill, but definitely when I became the Red Pill, every day and every moment from then, I've been living, I've been taking people up out of this shit just by looking them in their eyes type shit. As crazy as that might sound, I'm dead serious. Like, so that's all I've been doing. I've been on that time, right? Damn near every single day, nonstop, since the early 2000s. You still making the merchandise, King? Yeah. I got a whole suitcase of stuff. Matter of fact, thank you for asking me that question. Let me bring in my partner right here, because we got an announcement. This is the first announcement. This Friday at the New Black Wall Street, I'm going to be having a Black Friday, a Facts Friday pop-up at the Star Status with my good brother Jefferson, all right, from Athletics. Jefferson is going to pull up. We're going to chop it up real quick. Yes, sir. Yeah, we got I got some new hoodies. Give me a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and grab it from the workroom in a minute. But yeah, Facts Friday in Atlanta. For anybody that's in the Atlanta region, pull up to the new Black Wall Street. We are gonna be out there. We got a lot of merch. We got a lot of new shit. You know what I'm talking about? Products are on deck, and it's gonna be at a very good price. The new cloth is stupid. I'm gonna show y'all a few pieces before we get off of this live tonight. But yeah, the new cloth is crazy. 2023, I'm going very heavy back on the cloth. You know what I mean? It cycles to this shit. So I'm getting real heavy on the cloth. My team is crazy. The designers is lining up. And yeah, it's looking real good. Yeah, it's looking real good. The drip is the drip god cometh. You feel me? Yeah, it's not enough tsunamis taking place. You know, I'm talking about free Sue surf, but it ain't enough tsunamis taking place. So we're gonna get back in this thing. Yeah, he said that he wants to sell everything for $20. Yeah. How can I get down with the manufacturer? Any questions that you have pertaining to business, I would beg of you not to just put it in the chat room alone. You could write it in the chat, but please back it up in the DMs or something, because as I'm speaking, if I'm answering one question and it's scrolling mad fast and I don't see your question and it's an excellent question, or it's something that's pertaining to business, which is important, I would want you to follow up by reaching out, because that's the first step that you could do. You ask that question, you got to reach out. We have to maintain some type of connection, and you got to go through a vetting process. We got to figure and then we'll move forward from there. But I just can't answer questions like that, just from the chat. Like, yeah. Because getting down with the manufacturer, we got to make sure that your business and everything is okay before we put you in touch with the manufacturer, because that might be a deterrent. That might be not the best thing to do. But yeah, man, we are offering other brands that are in the Atlanta area. If you want to be a part of the pop-up on Black Friday, which is Facts Friday, at the new Black Wall Street, which is a very beautiful, heavy melanated, all melanated mall that used to be like a super Target, and now it is a high by the artwork, the merchandise, the vendors, the food, the entertainment, everything is lit in there, and it's brand new. It's in Stonecrest, Georgia, which is about 20 minutes from the perimeter of Atlanta. It's not far at all. You know what I mean? It's definitely not. Everything is 30 minutes from each other in Atlanta as it is. So you'll enjoy yourself. Promise you. But yeah, pull up my good brother Jefferson, he just expanded his store. So we want to congratulate him on that. You know what I mean? He basically doubled his the size of his store. So now it's gonna open up more shelf life and more opportunity for brands such as Kings County to do our pop-ups, and maybe your brand too, if you got enough cloth. Yeah, the food, the art, the clothes. Right. And I do have an announcement about the Facts North Carolina. We postponed that. The physical weekend, there was a lot going on. There's a lot of people who are not even going to be in town. So we could postpone it. All right. And but we're doing a live stream on Wednesday, which is the 30th. Facts 24. It is going to be a big announcement. Think campaign, right? Think big campaign. All right. So yeah, big campaign energy. We're gonna make a major announcement November the 30th. The link is in the bio if you want to be a member, if you want to be in the building, if you want to tap into the Facts 24 presentation. Same presentation that we was gonna do this weekend. We're gonna have it on Wednesday. So pull up. But yeah, we got a legend in the building. I want y'all to clap it up and just say peace and love to this good brother Jefferson. Like I said, he just expanded his brick and mortar, you know what I mean? And yeah, by slinging the athletics brand. Show him some pieces from athletic, good brother.
Oh yeah, we got a couple pieces in the building. We got this Nat Turner satin right here. It has all the embroidery backside, and this is just one of the satins. We have 12 of them, so all 12 teams are available in that satin jacket. We also have this Tucson Rebels Haitian Revolution vest, 3 different materials. It has a buckle and a zipper on the side. Vest is fire.
Yes.
Yeah. Got this hockey jersey right here. Harriet Tubman track stars, all embroidery. Heavyweight mesh on there. Tackle 12 numbers and letters. The back it says Moses. Of course, her nickname. Line on there. So you already know. Shorts. Still got some shorts on deck.
That's right.
It's hot in the Caribbean. They can come on. It's hot in Africa somewhere. Get some shorts.
Nah, those is fire.
Yeah, I got the all over print hoodie. We got a bunch of these in the store. Like he was saying, the new Black Wall Street. Star Status is the store. Athletics is the brand. We also have crystals in that store. We have crystal jewelry. I have Zodiac packs up in there. We have Sage. It's not a smorgasbord, but you're going to get lit in there. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to dress yourself from head to toe. We got women's stuff as well. These leggings right here, the Mayan on them. Of course, we got a bunch of other stuff to match this. And we have all 12 teams in these leggings.
Right.
So check the website if you're not in Atlanta, www.afr_.com.
That's right. Trip season, while these designer brands go down in flames, it's time to begin to commit our support to the brands that we know, are part of our community first and foremost, and have the potential to replace all of these other brands that don't represent us. You know what I mean? These Roman brands or, these American Yahudi brands.
Well, since we boycotting Nike, we boycotting Adidas. What else is there? You know what I'm saying? Under Armour. Are we starting about Under Armour? Reebok? So I say, let's shoot to the alternatives. You don't have to buy only my brand. And saying my brand is dope. But there's other dope brands out there as well. Saying that Sire Collective, who got the kicks. It's Rock D Global who got the kicks. The Gash, bunch of other brands who dope. So you don't necessarily have to get what we got to get something. It's time to convert. It's time to circulate that dollar. If you want to be the drippiest, which you already are because you got melanin, we create the cool, we create the trends. People are not going to wear certain things if we're not wearing it. If rappers going to wear Balenciaga, nobody from the corner will be wearing Balenciaga. That's what they're looking at. So we have to set the trends. They got to start somewhere.
Niggas will not
and to buy no $500 t-shirts from Balenciaga.
Right.
So in Black Wall Street, you're gonna get. We got these in hoodies right now, right? I gotta go get it out the car, but we got the artwork. You know what I mean? This is a rare collection that I put out with my original artwork from my comic book series called Kings County. We're gonna have these hoodies in the building. All right, African Airlines instead of American Airlines, we got African Airlines with Edie.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I mean? The last king of Scotland. We got the Garveys embroidery
right,
come out, not a game. Shout out to the Hawks apparel.
fine.
Like we got, come on, man. We got drip, man. We got drip for sale, B. Like
The Hawks is crazy.
these is pieces,
On
bro.
Black Wall Street, Black Friday.
Yeah. I want y'all to feel like how we felt when we used to see Polo Ralph Lauren and drop their new collection. Like that's the type of feeling that we gonna put in the minds of these children out here and these customers and these the youth, because they like the drip.
We have
Yeah.
these in Biggie too.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm saying, why not celebrate our heroes, the people who put on for us, you know, in a high fashion way? Why would we have Roman gods or stuff that doesn't identify with us, you know, as
Real.
God that we put on?
Talk to them real.
And
Be right back.
we can take things like Adinkra symbols or anything African or anything indigenous, create our symbology, create our particular manifestations, create where we want to go in a certain aspect, celebrate the things we like, you know, support people that look like us. And it all circulates back around to you if you're building with people who are like you, or you're supporting people who are like you. Yeah, you have your occasions where you have to go to Walmart, but you also can hit Wadada as well for some occasions. You know, where you get your food. At this point, if you're black in Atlanta and you're going out to eat and it's not a black restaurant 5 out of 7 times, something wrong. Something wrong. Even vegans, no excuses, you know? So we got to circulate the New Black Wall Street. It's basically a space where it's in Stonecrest, it's in Lithonia, Georgia, right outside Atlanta. It's a space where there's about 70 plus black vendors, black merchants, as I should say. Many of y'all know Baba G. He's in there. Kama she's in there. She has a setup in there. You know, I'm in there. They have a bunch of African spots who have African clothes and African garb and African baskets. There's a candle store in there. There's a Greek store in there if they got any Greeks or if you need a gift for a Greek, you know.
And based off of the way Israelites pull up for Kyrie Irving,
yeah,
y'all should have Hebrew Israelite Sandal Day or something. I don't know, a sandal foot massage day. The Hebrew Israelites air sandal foot massage day.
yeah. They got a solution in there. I'm gonna talk to them about that. You know, give them some kind of discount. They come deep like that.
Look, men lie.
You know?
Right?
They could just come 1, 2, or 3 as long as they coming. You know, spread the word.
I'm just saying. Look, we live in a day and age where it's a numbers game. Everything is about the input of these numbers. Like it's the numbers that are breaking the algorithm, correct?
Right.
Advantageous for anybody in their demonstration nowadays who want to disrupt the matrix. Got to do it with your numbers. One man could wield many numbers. Case in point, when somebody becomes a macro influencer, they assume this type of social status. You know what I mean? Like they achieve the high levels of what you'll see in social credit in the future. They're getting like 800 scores. right? Because they got 1 million followers, or they got 500,000 followers, or they go live like NBA YoungBoy and they got 200,000 people watching. Like, that's the number, right? Numbers game. You know what I mean? I seen a Bad Bunny concert and this nigga came out to 80,000. That shit he was on Gilligan's Island. Like it looked like he was in a Roman Coliseum. Right? But then this nigga went live, it was 200,000. Right?
Yeah.
So think about what that looks like. And think about the possibility of being able to extract something out of that just off of a watch. But every watch is $1.
Right.
Every watch is a watch. Right? Because that's where you're going. That's where the future is headed. Yeah. And
that's what it needs to be.
Huh?
Pay attention. You pay attention.
Pay attention.
When you're watching, so you're paying attention. So essentially, if you pay to watch, that's what you're paying your attention to.
Your attention is the new currency, brother.
Yes, sir.
Through this Black Mirror, a liar said it. He's the wizard. He's the grand wizard. He's the spell cat. He said it on the Breakfast Club. He said, you don't gotta buy the music anymore. You pay with your eyeballs.
Yeah.
Consciousness is what you observe. That's the wave. They put everything in front of your eyes. You can't unsee some things. You make the particle what it is. That's why the bodies is up. That's why crime is up. That's why shit is in the toilet. That's why things are going topsy-turvy. Because they're making you eat all of these things, bro. They put snuff films in front of us. The same people that Ye was talking about. Yeah, he was right. The same people Killmonger was talking about. Killmonger was right. You feel me? You know who I'm talking about. They are masters at devaluing. Remember, there's certain things that when it comes out of the bottle, you cannot put it back in. There's certain type, you know what I mean? These are the masters of deception, to whereas they can demoralize the people. Once the people are demoralized, it's not a lot that you can do with them. Right? Once they dehumanize the people and demoralize them to a certain degree, and they lose value in life and purpose and worth, bro, they're being called at that point. So these are masters at devaluing and taking away the inherent worth. They conveniently forget to tell you your worth. Like when they sign these artists and they jerk them, and they conveniently forget to tell them their worth. Like Meek Mill is crying out right now in his tweet about they were jerking him, and he sold a song. He got $52 million off of a song that he did with Drake. And when he asked them, yo, how much did I make off of that? They start saying humming and hemming and Come to find out, they paid the half black, half Jew artist Drake way more than they paid that man. You know, that type of conversation.
You gotta look at his contracts.
Of course, everybody got the same story. I didn't read the contract, right? Slavery.
You want to do a song with Drake?
The contract. I locked myself in to one of the most important decisions in my life, and that's to sign a contract that binds me in perpetuity, meaning that not even in death, after death, they come after your estate. They drag your corpse out. They parade you around like they did King Tut and them. They've been doing shit like that since then. So how they parade you around is with your DNA, your body parts, your fucking, you know what I mean, your genome. I mean, they're taking everything, whatever they want. So people gotta understand. I mean, they taking your estate. They making you they taking your songs and it becomes jingles for a donut commercial and stuff like that. You know, they're bleaching your brand. They're buck breaking your brand in front of the world as a jingle or some stupid shit that they put in a movie that has no business in that movie. This what they do, bro. Our greatest artists. I'm talking about the pinnacle of what was known as a black superstar, regardless of how people felt about these people. These people weren't rapping about killing nobody. These people, to my knowledge, they didn't beat no bodies and whatnot. Because even if that's a criteria these days, because
Right.
catching a body is kind of sexy, my nigga. It's the shit is almost, you know what I mean? Like it's
Against your wall. Damn it.
yeah, that's a plus on your resume.
And the
But
death culture, they celebrate death.
right, from Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Prince, the
Yeah.
three, one of the three biggest stars, not just they it's bigger than what a color
The
star.
biggest ever. If you put them three together, I don't think there's another trio that can top it.
Name
Them
your
three together.
yeah,
I think there's another trio that can top
yeah, Black Jeopardy. Name your star three. And all of them is rumored to have some type of foul play at the hands
it.
of who?
Well, you know, them people
Right?
that you're talking about.
Right. And each one of these artists cried out about them. Right. Now we're living a day and time while we say that with even if this man is a plant, even if this man is whatever people say it is, we're still living a day and a time where the conversation on a public scale has advanced, right? On this chessboard, whereas an artist of such a caliber has come out and said things that and I'm talking about for just you don't even gotta read well the surface shit that he came out and said.
Right.
Right.
He turned a lot of buttons on. He got a lot of Google searches going on. You know?
Beyond that, yes, just beyond that, just knowing when people say that this is a holographic universe, when people talk about the the aspect of this whole thing is about you know attention economy, what you pay attention to. If this thing is about narrative, and if narrative is about perspective, and if perspective is about how you see things, because that shit can change like the fucking seasons change, like daylight savings time. It went from being dark at 7 o'clock to going pitch black at 4. And we just set the clock back an hour. I'm like, fam, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, the Ye just symbolically speaking, was like on the surface, he dropped some shit. But when you read between the lines, too, all kind of conversations was being had. And then when you look at that, because it's not what you say, it's what happens after you say what happens. It's not what you say, it's how people react to it, right?
What happens?
So the ripple that was caused, the Matrix actually put this shit in a position that the Matrix, I don't think, wanted to be in.
Right. It stirred some shit up, stirred up the pot.
It stirred up the pot just based off of from an engineering standpoint, problem solution, problem solution, problem solution, test A, test B type shit, like something cause and effect. I seen one thing happen and then it made them pop out and try to dunk on Kyrie Irving, not realizing how this nigga got moved. He is a star athlete. He's not a regular athlete. He's an anomaly.
Right. He won a championship. He technically doesn't have a bad shot, a bad X on his record. You know what I'm saying? So he's, until the vaccine stuff or that type of thing, he was an A1 student, championship, star athlete, all-star.
Right.
They loved him. He did the Uncle Drew movie.
Yahweh, right? Everybody got served, and he who shall seek shall find. That's the time that we living in. He ain't the first one in the league who was seeking and found some shit. It's a whole bunch of them. He just has decided that he wanted to play a mental game. Remember, every time that you get out there after you play the game, you could decide to play chess with the media. That's the chessboard right there. That's like them old men that be in the park going speed chess, whatnot. You can initiate some type of controversy in those press conferences if you know how to play the game.
All the time, everyone.
We know how to troll on the internet. Some of us know that algorithm, but then there's people who know how to troll the media and could get them niggas talking and will just start playing how he play on the floor, the physical game. What about the mental game? How do you niggas even know your strengths and your powers if you don't put yourself out there to play a motherfucking mental game with your open enemy, with the people who could they could fry you like a fricassee? Because the media is the war machine. It's not Tony Stark, Don Cheadle, nigga. That's the war machine right there. You see their fangs come out when they was going after Ye.
Right. They're gonna promote what they want to see. Right. Soon.
What happened?
I said they're gonna promote what they want to see soon.
Right. So we was having a conversation about the whole thing with Ye and Crenshaw and how he showed the video where he was in the factory. And that right there was the revolutionary shit that I'm talking about, because outside of whatever, he's still winning. He did a video and he said that he was selling Balenciaga for $20. He's showing you, he said, I bought up all the Balenciaga, I flipped it with Ye 24, right? He's doing what the quote unquote streetwear designers do. He's doing what certain fashion designers, you know what I'm saying, have become very famous for. Like Gallery Department, what they did with Levi's and whatnot. But instead of selling it at an up price, he went ahead and broke the fucking spell of this overpriced brand and whatnot. He $20'd it, right? He crashed their stocks. Then the story broke out with the pedophilia. Boom, now it's checkmate. That brand will never be the same again. It's all about this, nigga. I don't know what game y'all be playing. We don't march, nigga, and he's doing God's work, nigga. This is what I'm talking about. This is what Christ consciousness looks like. He went in a warehouse. He's like, yo, he's showing niggas. I'm in Crenshaw. Nipsey was in Crenshaw too. I'm in Crenshaw. I got space, niggas. I got a factory, niggas. I got Mexicans working. I'm putting samples on the floor. I'm putting together my line, little niggas. I could put samples together and see what sticks and whatnot. And I'm also going ahead and I'm buying up all of this other shit and I'm rebranding it. I'm flipping it. I'm repurposing it with my campaign slogan, genius. Genius. There's some artist shit right there. He cooked them. They're dead.
He definitely had advantage.
And they got cooked in a matter of a few hours, my nigga. It didn't take long. He put Tucker on them.
Right. Tucker Carlson, stress face off Fox News.
Right. You got people. Remember, he who could play them against each other is king. Look, Tucker and them, their war is against the libs, right? Or the left. The left is the libs. The libs is them people. That's the libs. The libs is them people, right? The libs is them people, the small hats. So all of the stuff that involves creepy shit, right? All of the stuff that involves, Epstein-like stuff, all of the stuff that involves Weinstein-like stuff, they're projecting it onto them. Like, nah, that's what they into. This is how they clean their slate and make it seem like they're, Jesus Christ warriors, or they're on their crusades and whatnot. Yeah, they're good Christians and stuff, upholding conservative values where we know what they really be into, but they're playing they're playing things back and forth. The Democrats would be the newest subgroup or the newest group to be accepted into white society. White society is really just a country club because we know that race is a construct, it's not real. Race is tied into racism, right? They're one and the same. They exist because of each other. So there's no such thing as race. That's a very new concept. So there's no such thing as white people. That's a very new concept. Like there's no black people. You understand? That's a new concept. You got to be able to see through that. People are seeing them in ways that they are, tricking you to believe, to perceive them. So once you perceive them a certain type of way, it's impossible to look around at. You got to be able to see them for who they are. You got to be able to see this thing for who they are. Ultimately, when it strips down to it, this is about a people who are usurping the throne and being who they are not, and the people who fell from the throne who are not being who they're supposed to be. That's what this is. They hummer stunting, right? But you pump faking. That's how it's playing out. Because there's still laws that have to be followed. They're still, to be considered those people who miracles happen for, who mountains are moving for, who everything was promised to. There's shit that the people have to actually, begin to do even more better than those other people who were doing it their way. But when I see the brothers marching out on Yahweh, right? When I see them brothers marching out on Yahweh deep like that, right? That's when I'm saying, yo, it's a sign of the times. We're going to see that times 10. People really get it, when they get it together. But look, time is running down. Like I said, Black Wall Street on Friday and Wednesday the 30th, we are doing the Facts 24. That's going to be huge. All right. Tap into that. That's on Zoom, KTL University. Shout out to everybody. Enjoy your time with your family. Love and light.